Okay, titled Any Advice on a More Consistent Swing? Having trouble getting to the sweet spot and consistently ending up with a lot of thin shots. So, let's jump in and take a look. First off, props to the video here with a perfectly face on camera view and a nice high frame rate. Since your issues are on low point, we're going to keep this video focused on low point and not talk about your grip, stance, posture, much else there from the start. Although you got your hips a little bit open to target, and that can lead to some reverse pivoting and some sway off the ball. So if I get a couple lines around here just to see how that body's moving, we'll get a good sense of if you're turning or if you're shifting that weight or swaying. So if you're hitting it thin, you're either scooping it up and hitting thin on the way up, or you're actually hitting down on the ball, but being down on the top of the ball is more like it. I think it's more of the latter, but I digress. Got to clean those lines up and draw it again. We'll play you back, see how the hips are moving. And initially the club gets drawn back with a good shoulder rotation. Hips don't seem to be doing a whole lot. Your lead knee, left knee, is flexing straight down toward the ball, but you're still managing to sway your lead hip an inch or so, maybe a little more, off your front target line. And if that continues to sway back, which it does a little bit as that lead knee starts to keep driving away from your target, that can get you into a slight reverse pivot with that upper body tilt there. So a lot of things can happen from that point. What is most likely to happen is an effort to try to take that lower body and start sliding back toward target. Now, given that you hit the ball thin, I think you'll do this part pretty well. There go the hips, sliding and not turning. And now you are well out in front of this ball here, which means that your center of gravity, if we just clean up all these lines, if we kind of trace you here, drop you straight down, yeah, you are mostly in front of this golf ball, which means that your low point should be out in front. What's preventing you from making a good solid divot? Probably a little bit of arm extension and a little bit of spine angle extension, or early extension, butt coming in. You're on your toes a little bit, but mostly you look like you're scared to hit the ground. Because you sway off, and if you commit to hitting down, sometimes you might not commit to coming back through, and you hit down, you hit the ground. So you're in the right body position to make a decent sized divot, but your arms have to commit to really just hitting the ball first and then hitting some turf afterwards. Tough practice on a mat in your home garage. Nice setup, by the way, but you got to get out on some turf and really put a tee down to the outside of the ball right about here, and then see where your divot starts. Make divots, first off. If you're not making a divot, you're still chicken winging those arms up. Doesn't look too bad there at your impact, but soon thereafter in the follow-through, you can see that that's got a little bit of a wing going on there. Some wristy issues and club face issues can contribute to that, but I think that you can get away with a lot of what you're doing and just commit to hitting that turf out there on the target side.